Hi, my name is Gavin. I'm one of the lead designers here at Wildebloom, and today I'm going to be showing you how to sew a French seam. This is a really great and useful finish for the inside of your garments to make them nice and clean on the inside as well as the outside without having to use an overlocker. So let's get started. To sew our French seam, we just need two ingredients, which is each of our sides of the fabric. So this can be your front and your back along a side seam, or along a shoulder, all sorts of different positions. I'm going to show you a French seam on a curved seam to prove to you that it's possible. But alternatively, this seam is often used on straight seams. Almost any type of seam can be finished as a French seam rather than overlocking. This is a really clean, delicate, and beautiful way to finish your garments. So to begin my French seam, I'm going to start by taking my two pieces of fabric. I'm going to put them wrong sides together. I'm going to put in a few pins to hold these in place. Always I pin the beginning and the end of my stitch, and then I will find the middle of my stitch. And when necessary, on longer stitches, I will even find the middle of those 2 points, the middle of these 2 points, and so on as necessary in order to make sure that I account for any easing that might be in my pattern. In this instance, we're just sewing a simple line. On our French seam, we're going to want 1.5 centimeters of seam allowance. This is, non-standard. Normally in a garment, you would have 1 centimeter, sometimes 0.5 if you want a really narrow seam allowance. The reason we're doing 1.5 centimeters on our French seam is that first we're going to sew our line, then we're going to trim down our excess, we're going to fold it in on itself, and we're going to sew one more time. It sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple. But for that reason, we want extra seam allowance so that we have space to sew and to trim without getting any fibers caught in our next stitch. So our first stitch is going to be 1 centimeter. Remember, I'm showing you this on a curve to give you an example that it's possible to sew a French seam on a curve. On a straight seam, this seam works beautifully as well, and it's very, very simple. We're going to remove our first pin. Always, always, always start with a back tack, and we're going to sew it 1 centimeter. So I've completed my 1 cm stitch. Trim off my seam allowances. So I have my fabric set up to trim. What I'm going to do is I want to trim my seam allowance down to 2 to 3 millimeters. This is because my next stitch is going to be 0.5 centimeters or 5 millimeters. And so that ensures that none of these raw bits of my fabric are going to stick out of the other side. You'll understand exactly what I mean as we continue. So I'm just going to trim along. Try to be consistent, but it's not the end of the world. If some sections are 3 millimeters, some sections 1.5, it's totally okay. With more delicate fabrics, this seam allowance is more visible on the inside, in which case you might prefer to be more consistent, but for the most part, it's not too significant. Now that we have our seam allowance trimmed down, we're going to flip our fabric so that it is right sides together. And we're going to go give this a good press on the iron. So we've done our sewing and our trimming on our French seam. Now we're going to go ahead and push our seam allowance. We can see the edge is our stitch line from before. We're going to use our hands to manipulate the fabric to get that stitch line right on the edge, and then we're going to press little by little. Roll it out, press, roll it out, keep that up all the way around. We want to make sure to get a nice crisp edge so that we don't make the mistake of eating into our seam allowance too much. So now we have a nice clean line. We can get this back on the machine. Okay, now that we have our French seam back on the machine, it's time to do our final stitch. So because we trimmed our seam allowance down to 0.3, we can go ahead and sew this line at 0.5 centimeter. So now that we've completed our stitch, I'll show you from the right side that we don't have any raw edge poking through on the right side, and we don't have any raw edges on the inside. So that's why we have to trim our seam allowance down to 0.3 so that it doesn't wind up getting caught anywhere in that stitch. So now that this stitch is complete, we'll take it back to the iron for a final press and it'll be done. So now we have our French seam ready for its final press. I've done this on a curve, as I said before, but with a straight line it's going to be even easier. So I actually want to look at this from the right side of my fabric. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull the seam apart a bit, and I'm going to come in with my iron, and I'm just going to press all my bulk in one direction. Generally on a garment I like to press my bulk to the back, so I'm pretending that that's what I'm doing in this case. So with your curve, you have to do it kind of little by little, but on your straight line, this is very, very straightforward. So I'm just using the tip of my iron to push that bulk all to one side. I can feel that I'm pushing it away. That makes sure that my seam is getting pulled apart and getting pressed flat. If you allow it to sort of bunch up, it will press in the wrong position. You're going to get a really nasty crease. So go back through that point that I just kind of pressed out. Just make sure that's nice and flat. For a strong curve like this, you really just have to find any angle you can attack the fabric from to make sure that you get a nice clean line. So you can see I'm kind of reaching in. And you can see that I have a nice, clean, pressed edge. And I can feel that all my bulk is on one side. If I show you the inside, you can see that all the bulk, so when I lay that flat, it's looking nice and smooth, and I have a great pressed line. And that is how you sew a French seam.